Good morning, guys. This vlog is going to be brought to you by another YouTube comment. I think Nita wants me to talk about the cost of living in Dominica, but not normal things like rent and stuff like that, but actual groceries. This is going to be a hard vlog for me personally because remember, I'm from Dominica, so I know how to eat and cook like a Dominican and eat and cook on very cheap and not a lot of food. People coming from America might not be able to handle that. I don't think I spend more than $100 US a month. I didn't take out my full amount of loans in Dominica because I hate debt. I hate owing people. So I took out just what I needed for my financial aid, and I made a budget every month. I knew what I was buying and I knew what everything cost, so I knew how much I was able to spend. I guess the first thing you need to know is that Dominican currency is not the same as US currency. I'll put the conversion up here right now. It doesn't change too often. I think the last time I checked, $1 US was like 2.71 Dominican dollars, which is called Eastern Caribbean currency. So it's not just Dominica, it's other countries within the Caribbean that also use the same currency. Long story for no reason. If you have a budget right now, or if you know how much you spend on groceries right now, transfer that to Caribbean currency and then you have sort of an idea of how much you're going to be spending. I'm saying sort of because it's not like something that costs $5 in the United States will cost $5 times 2.71 in Dominica. That's not always the case. In addition to making a budget, you should know what you like to eat or what you like to cook or what's easy for you to cook and stuff like that. If you're not someone who cooks, you're actually going to spend quite a lot of money on food because let's say, well, actually, it really depends. Wow. It depends on if you eat Caribbean food or American food, because if you're on campus or in the surrounding areas around campus and you eat Caribbean, like Dominican food, a full meal can cost you $5. Yeah, $5, maybe $6. But if you're eating an American meal, like if you want burgers or pizza or Subway or something, a full meal could cost you like $27. So it really depends on the decisions you're making in life. Hi, I have a coupon for 10-piece nuggets, double cheeseburger, and small fries. I've showed you guys my meals before. I eat the same everywhere. No matter where I'm living, I cook the same stuff, get the same ingredients. Oh my god, I just lost the coupon. I'm still trying to see how I can answer this question because it's not like I memorize prices of things and they might not even be the same price now. There's a supermarket conveniently close to campus, like walking distance, maybe 10 minutes. Right? And you can do all your grocery shopping there. You can hire a taxi to take you back to your apartment, or you can walk with it if your apartment is close, or maybe even if your apartment's not close, if the groceries aren't too much, then you can walk with it. But most people hire a taxi cab because you usually end up with a lot of groceries if you're shopping for the month or something like that. And although it's so close to campus and super convenient, I can tell you I've never done grocery shopping there because it's more expensive, and I am a cheap person if you haven't gotten that from my vlogs. I go to fast food places with coupons, guys. I mean, I used to shop at the town right next to campus. So Ross is in a town called Picard. The town next to it is called Portsmouth, and it's a lot cheaper than Picard because locals live there. Everything surrounding the school is so much more expensive than everything local because I don't know why. Probably because with student loans you can afford to buy more expensive things. But since I did not want to spend all my loan money on more expensive things, I would take the bus to the town over. It would cost me $1.50 in Eastern Caribbean money to go to the town, and I would grocery shop there, the local markets there. On Saturday mornings, there's a fresh food market where farmers come and they set up stalls and they set up all their produce and things like that, and people shop there. Eggs are like $10 for a dozen. Everything is like dollars. Like a head of lettuce is maybe $4. A bag of tomatoes probably $4. Also in that town, there's a meat market. It opens a little later, but it's a meat market where the butcher is in the back and you tell him you want this piece, that piece, this piece, and he cuts it up for you, bags it, and then they put it on a scale and you buy it. And there's also a fish guy where you can get tuna, mahi-mahi, red snapper. Like, the guys go fishing in the morning and then they set up their stalls at the market and you buy it there. Can I be honest with you guys for like a slight second? Like, I'm saying these things, but I feel like no one is gonna take this advice because it's not convenient. It's not fun to wake up early in the morning and go to the market. It's not fun to have to do that or go to the butcher and like pick out your piece of meat instead of just going to the supermarket and picking up what they have packaged there for you. That's how I functioned in Dominica. That's how I could afford, and that's what worked for me. I know a lot of students just went to the supermarket that's next to school and just picked up whatever because financial aid was paying for it, right? Who cares? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask people that I know in Dominica to do me a favor. Hang on. Big shout out to my friend Kareem. He went to the supermarket and recorded this for me. So you guys just take a look at it. I'm gonna just put some music behind it. It's gonna be like somewhat of a montage, like virtual shopping kind of. And you can see some prices. He zooms in on some of them, but take a look. This is what the supermarket looks like. Anyway, guys, I know that was my usual vlogging style. One of my friends who's in Dominica filmed that for me, but I hope you appreciate it. You can see some of the produce and products they have at the supermarket and some of the prices. That's the best I could do without actually being in Dominica. The videos of brown water that you saw is usually after a storm or like heavy rainfall or things like that. The loose soil on the riverbeds or the river banks, I think they're called, they fall into the river, and then since we get our water from the river, it flows into your taps. So that happens after a storm, and then it clears out a day, 2 days, 3 days is a stretch. You'll definitely experience a rainy season in Ross because you're there for their entire year, so you'll definitely hit rainy season towards the latter part of the year. But depending on when you start Ross, you might experience the rainy season twice, so that sucks. There's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's rain and it's dirt. I mean, the place is called the Nature Island of the Caribbean for a reason. So it's unfortunate, but it's something you have to deal with. Usually there's announcements when there's a storm in the area, like if there's a storm over the Atlantic coming over the island onto the Caribbean side. I just went into some serious geography there. You would know. You would get an announcement from the school or listen to the news or hear the locals talking about a storm coming. So you would just buy your bottled water and live life like that for 2 days. It's funny because I'm talking about it like it's so casual because these are things I grew up with, but for people who don't know what to do, the first time people experience like brown tan water, they're like, oh boy. It's just the water comes from a river. The river is surrounded by dirt. It's natural. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember to like and subscribe, comment, and share.